to the Nostalchica, where I serve spooky and nostalgic tea every week. Today we're going to be talking about Coolio and the Neverending story, so let's get right into it. There have been some rumors where there's a remake in the works and that Disney is behind it. I use my sleuth research skills, just brief little research, and it appears the rights to the book are in negotiation, so there's definitely something going on, but we don't know when or if it's actually happening. There were talks it would come out in 2024, which I guess 2 years or maybe less than that. It is almost 2023. That would be maybe enough time to come out with it. Who knows? One thing we know for sure is the 1984 film is based on a novel from 1979. That is something I didn't know, and I grew up watching the Neverending story. I'm a 90s baby, but I grew up on a lot of the older stuff, so older Disney movies like Aristocrats, Snow White, all that. One of them being the Neverending story. One of my all-time favorite movies of the 80s, hands down. Now, the original novel is 2 parts, which Neverending Story 1984 film only covered part 1 of the story. And there were films after that covered the second part. So if that's the case, then will this remake be just of the 1984 version based on part 1 of the book? Or are we gonna get part 1 and 2 in this remake? Personally, I would love to see a remake. Of course, you know, the original, you can't mess with that, right? But to see a remake would be interesting. Like, how would they do it? And who would they star in it? And would it be real live or animation? You know, there's so many parts to it and so many differences that can be made with this remake if that's what's happening. So I would be down to see it. If y'all feel a certain way about it, whether you want it to be remade or not, let me know in the comments below. If any of you have read the novel, let me know what you think about it. I'm really thinking about reading it. Any of your suggestions, your thoughts on it would be super helpful. We all know Gangsta's Paradise, soundtrack to a lot of people's lives, not just in the 90s, but beyond. I can tell you from my firsthand experience, that song was played at every family party that I could remember since being a child. So rest in peace, Coolio. I'll have to admit, aside from his music, I didn't know much about all the other ventures he had, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of talk about that. Personally, my favorite song of his is Fantastic Voyage, which includes a sample of the song of the same name from 1980, which I can add to my playlist down below. There's a Spotify playlist, all kinds of music, a little blend of everything. If you're into it, I'll put it down below. So aside from his own music, he also did music with Blondie, a song called No Exit. He did the theme song for Kenan and Kel, so all my 90s folks out there, he did that. He also had a song in Clueless, another 90s classic. He also starred in The Nanny and a couple of my favorites growing up as a 90s kid, which was Martin and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Now, one of my most favorite things I found out about Coolio is that he actually had his own cooking channel or his own cooking show, and it was called Cooking with Coolio. And from the research I did, it started in 2008. I'm not sure when it ended, but it was a thing, and he would cook, and he had the series to essentially sell his cookbook of the same name, which you can still buy online. I had no idea Coolio had that venture. I thought that was really cool, and even somewhere it says cooking is one thing Coolio's done longer than rapping. I looked at the book online, and the chapter names are really something else. Have any of you tried it, or would you try it? Should I try it? Let me know in the comments below. Well, chicos y chicas, that's it for today with your nostalgic news and spooky tea. You know where to find me aside from YouTube. If there's anything you want me to cover here or on Instagram, let me know in the comments below. Send me a DM from the bottom of my spooky nostalgic heart. Thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe and keep persevering. Nostalgica out. You're still here? What are you doing? Go home. Bye.